back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Lacey and I teach 6th grade language arts. I just got to school and it's Monday, December 5th. It's crazy that it's December, especially because it's in the 70s. So I wanted to bring you guys along for a day in the life. Today's pretty chill, at least for me, because they are doing an independent assignment that we started on Friday. I will show you all that, but for now I just wanted to intro this video. I just got to work. I'm going to straighten the desks because that's what I do every morning, because I don't know, somehow the desks shift throughout the day. So every morning I come and I put the desks back in their actual position. And I also, over the weekend, got some school supplies with my own money because somehow it's only December. We still have a whole nother semester and I have no more paper. So I bought some paper, at least it's cheap. And people always ask me for an eraser and I just have to give them an extra pencil and use up a whole pencil. So I got some erasers and got some tape. I'm out of tape. I only had one roll given to me this year and I'm out. I'm surprised it lasted till December. And then I just got some pencils because I'm getting low on that too. So I'm gonna organize this and then the kids will come. If you're new here, the kids read in the morning. We're trying to build up their Lexile and build up their reading levels and just make sure we have a calm start to the day. And then I don't actually teach my lesson until later on after they go to their connection classes. So I will check in with you guys when the kids are in connections because that is my planning period. Okay, so the kids are officially in connections. So connections, that's like the art or the Spanish or the classes that aren't the 4 subject areas. So they are gone and it's my planning. Most plannings, I have some sort of meetings and we do have standardized testing tomorrow and the next day. So we're gonna meet about that, come up with a good schedule, and then I should have some time to plan. I don't have too much to do because next week is exam week. So they have their quarter 2 exams and then for the rest of the week, I can kind of do what I want to finish out the semester. So that's what I'm going to figure out today. I do want to show you what we're doing today. We learned the author's purposes last week, and we're focusing on to persuade. So we're going to focus on commercials. So we watched some commercials on Friday. We watched 7, and they saw how techniques were used to be convincing, and now they're coming up with their own idea. So on paper, make your own commercial. I have them brainstorm first. What is this commercial about? Who's your audience? What techniques are you using, etc. And then all they have to do is kind of draw the scene that would be on the TV and what are they going to be saying. So we're doing it on paper, just 6 frames, and that's what they're doing the whole entire day. So I don't have any work that I am doing or any lecturing. I'm giving them a full work day because it's due by the end of today. Okay, so I was just planning with my team. I have about 10 minutes till the kids come back, but I am going to go ahead and get copies made for the week. It's Monday, as I said, so I try to make sure, of course, I know what I'm doing this week. We are required to turn in lesson plans every Sunday, so that means I know all the copies I need for the week. I know exactly what I'm doing. We did make some changes in my team meeting just now because of standardized testing. The schedule is a little weird. So now that I know 100% what copies I need, I'm gonna go ahead and bring those to the front. Our instructional coaches and front office staff, they make copies for us so we don't have to do it. And I don't really need anything until Wednesday at the earliest. So I'm just wiping my hands of all this. This is what our sheets look like. So teacher's name, the grade, the room number, what's the date that you requested copies, what's the number, do you want it hole punched, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. I already have the stuff printed out, the master copies. So I'm just going to do these sheets and take these up to the front office for printing. And then the kids will come back. They're doing their commercials. So honestly, I can just sit, I'll monitor, and it's a pretty easy, chill Monday. I like when I do things like this, when we start something Friday and have it due Monday, because after a weekend, you know, Mondays are always tiring and I'm tired. So today is a very easy day for me in terms of just kind of monitoring them. I let them chat a little bit as long as it doesn't get out of hand, and that is pretty much it. Okay, so it's now lunchtime. We just had a super quick meeting, so I really only have a few minutes to eat, but it's something easy I can eat with the kids. It's fine. Sometimes it's like that. We had a quick meeting because we are doing a hallway contest for Christmas, so we had to come up with a theme, figure out the colors we're using, all of that. So for 6th grade, we're going to try to make it beachy, try to make a warm Christmas feel, because that's honestly representative of the weather here. I wish there was a beach nearby, but we are going to do tropical Christmas. So we're talking all about that. I have crackers and chicken salad for today, and I added some everything but the bagel seasoning to the chicken salad just for extra seasoning. Pretty easy lunch. And then I always have lots of little random things, like I have applesauce, 2 granola bars, and fruit roll-up as my later on snack. So this is easy to eat with the kids because honestly we only have like 2 minutes to eat now. Everyone has been pretty quiet today. It's been a very good day in terms of behavior. A lot of times independent work is when people start to talk and mess around, but everyone has stayed focused, which is great. And they're getting their work done. The commercials look great. I'm grading them pretty easy. It's just a classwork grade. And if they persuaded me, that's their goal, to persuade me to buy the product, then they did the right thing. So it's a small grade. I'm not grading it hard. We do only have 2 weeks of school left, but there is still a lot to come. They have some assignments that are due this week, and they still have stuff next week. So we are down to the wire. The last 2 weeks we got to get through a lot more stuff, so that is what I am working on planning. My exam is Monday. I think I mentioned that, for the 9 weeks quarter 2 exam. The ELA one is first on Monday, so I'm planning an assessment, some sort of project for the rest of the week. It will not be hard, but that gets me another big grade, and it will definitely help their grade. I'm not sure if I'll have time to grade all of them since it's a project, or if I have to wait till January, and it can be the first grade of quarter 3, but either way, they will have something to do that quarter, or that week, next week, after the exam. Because I was struggling, like, okay, if my final is basically on Monday, what am I supposed to do the rest of the week? But we are technically supposed to have 3 test project essay grades, those summative grades, and I only have 2, so I did need one. So I'll come up with a project that's somewhat engaging, somewhat interesting. I do have an idea already, and that's what I'm working on today. So as they work on their independent stuff, I am being productive as well. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, continue planning. I have the rest of this class after lunch, and then 2 more full class periods. I'm not doing much. I'm sitting here. I walk around and monitor them, but I for sure can get my project planned by the end of today. So that is my goal. I've had to contact some parents today. It's been pretty busy in terms of that. There's just been some things, some business to handle. Some school supplies people aren't bringing, so I had to contact about that. We use iReady to practice the skills that are done in class. They're supposed to do this program called iReady. It gives them lessons and little quizzes, and a lot of people aren't doing well on that. Not because they don't know it, just because they aren't really reading close enough. So I had to send a message about that and stuff like that. So it's a lot more than just teaching. If you're a teacher, you know you got to plan, you got to contact parents, you got to discipline, you've got to do themes in the hallway. So just wanted to show you a realistic look at my life. Okay, so it is now the end of the day. Made it through a long Monday. It's about 3:45. My goal is to leave by 4. Most days I'm here till 4:30, just like trying to get stuff done. But because today was a work day for the kids, I got a lot of my work done. There's nothing that's time sensitive that will take a very long time. So I'm doing a couple last things. We have a newsletter we send out at the start of the week, so there's a couple things I need to add on to that. So I'm gonna quickly do that. It will not take long. And then the students have iPads. So because we are testing this week and we also have some testing next week, we are going to leave the iPads here. I have a cart over here where we're keeping them, so I have to plug them all in and do all of that. So that's gonna take a second too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll probably do a time lapse just so you can see what I'm doing, but it's nothing really exciting. to turn off the music first, and then I'm going to fix this. I try to do this the day before, so this won't take but a second, and then I will go ahead and do my newsletter thing I had to update, and then I should be out the door. I think it's already 4 o'clock, but I am almost to the home stretch of what I'm going to do. So what I'm gonna do is write the stuff on the board. I need a marker. So tomorrow we have testing. That's gonna take a big chunk of the day. So beacon testing, that is for ELA, because they do have beacon testing on Wednesday for math. And then what we did, because after testing, there's not a lot of time left. There's 2.5 hours-ish. There's not gonna be time for every class. It would not even be worth it because it would be so short. So tomorrow we're going to do science and math. So I'm gonna have them work on whatever they need to work on for science and math. And then Wednesday, when we have beacon for math, then they'll do some work for me, and they'll do something for social studies. So basically we all printed worksheets, and we'll disperse them tomorrow and Wednesday morning. So all the kids won't be changing classes. They'll stay in their homeroom after testing and work on whatever 2 subjects we decided. So it's just easier than coming up with a 30-minute schedule. You barely even have time to teach or do anything. So that's what I'm gonna write down. So beacon testing, and then they have a science lesson. I am not sure what it's on. I'll get clarification tomorrow. And then math worksheet. I just got clarification on that, so that's numbers 5 through 9. And then they do also have math homework, so they can start math homework and do iReady as well. That is totally fine too. So that's the goal for tomorrow. Testing, science, math, and start homework if they get done with anything early. So that's pretty much it. Wednesday will be very similar. It'll be beacon, math, and then an ELA worksheet lesson that I have, and then something for social studies, and then they can work on homework. So it's pretty, I was gonna say a chill week, but not really, because of testing. That will take, of course, some brain power. So the worksheets aren't anything super difficult. They can use their notes. There's no quizzes or anything these days. It's just going to be testing and then some practice, so that way they're still using their brain and still remembering what the classes are teaching. So that's the plan for tomorrow. It's 4:07. I'm almost out of the door. The last thing is updating the newsletter. So we do newsletters every week and tell the parents what we have going on in class, quizzes, tests, projects, and I did already do that part, but we did add something today. Each of us is trying to figure out something special to do with our homeroom. So I'm trying to figure that out, figuring out what's something fun we can do, something crafty that'll take up time. So that is what I'm trying to figure out. Some other teachers came up with good ideas of gingerbread houses and stuff, so I might just use that idea. But of course, since money will have to be raised and brought in to me, I need to make sure I update the newsletter today, so parents have almost 2 full weeks to give me the money. So that's what I'm figuring out, and then I am gone. Another thing is, I mentioned iReady. That's something that we do, and I mentioned earlier some people aren't really doing it how they should be doing it, so I also will add a note about that on the newsletter. And then I'm going to go home and make dinner. It's only 4:08, but by the time I get home and shower, it'll definitely be 5, and my husband will be home shortly after that. So I wanted you to see a more real side. Like, yes, I'm teaching, but I also have to plan. The only way I can teach is by planning my lesson out. I do have to do things like newsletters. I have things like meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes on in a teacher's day. So I tried to film a bit more and show you kind of the extra stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that I have to do that is, I guess, extra, or things that people don't think about when you think of teaching. But I did want to show you a more realistic look. So let me know down below if you have any ideas for something middle school friendly, still individual, so you know we're not having bad behavior or anything. So maybe gingerbread house, maybe some other competition. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. And I will put down an idea for now, but of course I can change it if I need to, because our newsletter is a Google document, so it can change. So just let me know any ideas. I think I probably will just do gingerbread and copy the other teacher. And if not that, then I'll come up with some sort of sweet treat. And I know I'll probably do a movie something too. So just let me know your ideas, because I'm a little stuck. Okay, so I'm outside, just got to my car, but I wanted to update you. So I did not figure out a full plan for the 16th. I figured I can easily Google up some ideas at home and put them on the newsletter at home. I do have the Google Docs app, so I am able to edit any Google document. I have Google Slides. I have all that stuff on my phone. So if I need to ever do a quick thing at home, I can do that. So I'm just gonna go home and do it. It's 4:15. It's 15 minutes later than I wanted to be here. So I'm just gonna go home, look at some ideas, and put it on the newsletter just on my phone. I do not bring my computer or anything home. When I get home, I don't work. To me, doing this quick little task at home is not really work, so I'm not breaking that rule tonight. So I moved to the car because parents were driving around and it was a little bit awkward. So I'm just gonna end the video here. I'm literally driving out of work. I'm actually started pulling off and I'm sitting at the stop sign now. But that was a day in the life. I showed a little bit more because I showed me knocking stuff off the to-do list, and I showed like all the things that kind of go into teaching. Well, some of the things. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a bit more. It wasn't just like, here's the lesson for the day and that's the video. So I tried to show a little bit more. Comment, let me know if you liked it, and please let me know some ideas for Christmas. I am going to figure it out today because I do have to make a decision today, but I would love to hear some suggestions that I can use next year. So comment that down below, share, like, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.